Getting right into this episode, guys, because we still have some work to do as we look to finish up the regular season. But simply put, I do have two trades that have already been completed. I will show those to you in a moment. This will be the amount of draft picks we had before those trades, so obviously draft picks will be involved. But simply put, this team right now, we are still in winning mode. Yes, we've won 2 in a row. We're not giving up on that anytime soon. So basically what we want to do is utilize these draft picks because we do not need that many, especially with the amount of first round picks we have and the strong chance that Detroit could give us our third straight first overall pick. But we need to use these picks. We need to use some of our prospects to get those cheap guys with 1 year left on their deal that we can afford to boost our chances of winning another Stanley Cup. It's the Chicago method, and we're going to make it work for us. Now, despite the fact that our defense, Puto and Nicolishin, have been performing well, I want to boost our chances, of course, of winning the Cup. So to Nashville, we send our second and third round pick this year, Brady Puto and Corbeil, a low top 9 prospect who I don't think will pan out, to the Nashville Predators for our old friend Christopher Tanev. This next trade, Jake McCabe, is somebody we were targeting way back in Season 1. Glad we didn't pick him up because he is only an 85 overall, as is Tanev, but they sure up the defense. We give up Downey, a defenseman with low top 6 potential who probably won't make it, Nicolishin, a second round pick, and 2 thirds. So overall, things aren't looking too bad for us. We have just under $7 million in cap if we decide to make a different move for the forwards, and as you can see, we retained all of our first round picks. We still have quite a few seconds, only 2 thirds, but as if that matters with the amount of first and second round picks we have. So heading into the first game of this episode, here are the lines. We're going to be rolling with McCann, Horvat, and Castles as the third line. Yoensu holds on to a spot in the top 6. DeRocher right now performing well, but we have too many lefties on the top lines at the moment, so he's going to be on the fourth. Virtanen and Carlson, 2 guys who really need to step it up. I'm not going to get rid of Carlson. He's elite potential. Sure, he might not grow into what we need him to grow into, but Jake Virtanen is much more likely to go. He has been injured, so 16 points in 30-something games is not too bad. I don't really expect to have to make a change offensively. Defensively now, of course, with Jake McCabe and Christopher Tanev for the rest of the season. Torsten Nyquist is in goal here as we advance. Of course, the back-to-back here against Toronto and the Calgary Flames. Can he get us a victory? And he does. It's a 2-0 shutout. Demko is back in the goal as you get a look at our ratings. 97, 94, 90 on the far side there. 29 games to go in the season. We are still in first place. Also, that quick little jump cut there was to set up the trading block, hoping to get offers for people with 1 year on their deal here within the next 2 weeks. But first, we'll have to take care of the scouting. A good win, though, against the Flames. Now, unfortunately, after coming back from the scouting, the game decided to sim the next game against the Minnesota Wild, but it is our second consecutive 5-1 victory, 3-0 to start this sim period, so things are looking good. I will put Steven Shanahan back in the lineup myself. At some point, maybe right now anyway, because we do have to edit the lineup to get Torsten Nyquist another win. But so far, so good. Things are rolling out. The new defensemen have not really screwed with the chemistry at all, and we continue to win. Unfortunately, so do the Sharks. They do not seem too happy with the result of last season, so that could be problematic that we are going to have to keep winning the way we are. But let's see, it's Wasey Hamilton that comes out for Steven Shanahan. Yes, I know it's weird having an 82 overall on that line, but of course you've seen the progression. Esa Hall up to a 76. Fantastic season. Guys like Bolt, Schneider, Gallant, Shanahan will be battling, maybe even Safronov will be battling it out to try and replace whoever we have to get rid of in this upcoming off season, which who knows. That's one reason I'm not taking on guys with contracts beyond this year with Tanev and McCabe. It's because I do not want to get stuck and end up missing out and having to let somebody go. I was perfectly fine with letting Valiev, Parayko, Kiru, and even Gabe Vilardi. Even though Vilardi performed very well for us in the last postseason, I was content with letting him go. I actually don't even know how he was doing Hopefully I remember to take a look at that at some point. Or maybe, who knows, maybe he'll be like Stetcher and he'll be near the top of the point totals. But moving forward here, I really don't expect to get a trade offer, so we are going to look to sim now into the month of March. And our first back-to-back comes on March 19th. Thatcher Demko, obviously last year with the Rainmakers, we did every 2 games, every 2 losses. He would be out. I'm going to give him a 3 because Nyquist has been playing so well. So Demko gets a ton of starts here unless he starts to struggle. Let's see what happens. If we get a trade offer, we'll jump back sooner than that. But if not, I'll see you guys on March 19th. Thatcher Demko gets pulled 3 straight losses, so Torsten Nyquist comes in. We did not make any moves, obviously, before the trade deadline. But ever since then, things have been falling downhill just a little bit. We'll give Nyquist a second game. If he can't get us the win here, we'll put Demko back in. Injuries in Utica continue. It's another loss, and the team is really starting to struggle here down the stretch. We have fallen to second place in the division as the Sharks continue to win. 50 wins did look possible before we entered the month of March. Things are looking really rough right about now. Some of our players are still performing. I have gone with this line to be the third line: McCann, DeRocher, and Virtanen, because DeRocher fell to an 86, and I honestly didn't want to risk it. But yeah, right now, things are looking just a little bit rough. But have no fear. Thatcher Demko's here. We have 15 games left in this season, and hopefully we can battle back now and take the division title from the San Jose Sharks. Of course, Calgary is still right there, but we really need to turn it on. We're losing in overtime. At the very least, we're getting points here or there. But man, we are on one hell of a losing streak right now. That is just not good. We finally snap it with a shootout win over Carolina, but 6 straight losses. That is possibly our longest losing streak of the series, not just in the season. I don't recall, even when we first started out, okay, well maybe like the first season where we sold people off, but ever since then I do not recall losing 6 games in a row. Like I said though, at the very least, we were racking up points for the overtime losses. Nyquist against the LA Kings, he gets a 6-1 win, and then Tramkin goes down to an ankle injury. Not for long. He'll miss the next game, and then he'll be back. So moving forward, Demko is in the goal. Of course, we will sit in this game against Arizona. Then Tramkin should be back, or not. Jake Virtanen goes down to injury. Well, isn't this lovely? Now, the bright side to Virtanen going down to injury is, as you can see, Schneider and Bolt both 84 overall, so maybe we should have a look to have traded away Virtanen, because these guys are certainly ready and want into the lineup. Schneider will get his first call-up to replace Jake Virtanen, probably on the 4th line, although admittingly I haven't looked at the points in a couple of weeks. Demko will still be in. Let's go ahead and find a replacement. Doesn't really matter who. Probably just be Wasey Hamilton. Not going to worry about shifting the lines up or anything. So let's take a look. If I were to just set this up by default, how would the point totals look right about now? Let's go ahead and look. So Jonathan Drouin having a hell of a season. Austin Matthews not too bad. Stamkos looking good. Kajula looking really good. Danton Heinen looking good. Esa Yoensu not too bad. 32 points on the year. Jared McCann performing very well on that 3rd line. Robert Carlson is not. We're going to leave him there, though, over Schneider because of the elite over the top 6. Cole Castles and Bo Horvat both performing well, but I have no choice to play them on the 4th line because they are already locked in to their potential role. Although once we get into the playoffs, if we need people to perform, maybe we will. And actually looking at it, Yoensu is a lefty as it is, so we're going to switch Jared McCann to that 2nd line. He will play with Heinen and Kajula. But let's see here. I guarantee, let me guess, before we get to this Winnipeg game, Tramkin will be back, and I'll have to edit the lineups a little bit more. Hey, look at that. And this is why we make jump cuts, people. So here we go. Now that all that junk is taken care of, let's sim these next 3 games against Winnipeg, Colorado, and Dallas. 3 Western Conference teams. Actually, do we even play an Eastern Conference team the rest of the season? We do not. It is all Western Conference teams from here on out. We need to pick up wins. We have retaken first place, or regained first place in our division. Let's actually take a look to see how close of a race that is. 2 points over the Sharks with a game in hand. Right now, Anaheim and Calgary have fallen back. Edmonton, Arizona, and the LA Kings, shockingly, only 53 points. So we have a very, very strong chance to once again take the division title, but we need to win these games. 11 games left on the season. Let's do this. These 3 games against Winnipeg, Colorado, and Dallas. So needless to say, things could have gone better. It started off well with a 2-1 win against Winnipeg, but then losses to Colorado and Dallas. We get outscored 6-1 combined in those games. Somehow, some way, we have held on to that top spot, but with 8 games left, we cannot afford losing streaks like this. Thatcher Demko, for the most part, played well. A .919 save percentage is not ideal, but now Nyquist has a gigantic chance. He hasn't played too much this year due to the lack of back-to-back games. We need him to step up here against what should be a very beatable team in the St. Louis Blues. They have not had the best season, only 29 wins so far. So this is one of the games down the stretch that you absolutely have to win, and we do. It's a 3-0 shutout for Nyquist again. Well, actually, let's see. We have 7 games left. We could hit 50 wins, but as expected, I think, with injecting a lot of the youth into the lineup this year, 50 wins isn't going to happen. It's going to be a little bit of a decline. That losing streak absolutely killed us. But let's go ahead and move forward here. That game against Nashville. So the 50-win dream is over. We have lost 3 out of our last 4 games. Not good. Can we get a win, though, here against the Blackhawks to end the month? We can. 3-0 there. As we enter April, 5 games to go. We are still in first place. We have clinched a playoff spot. Once again, it's just a matter of the seeding at this point. And let's take a look. San Jose now has a game in hand, but we are 4 points clear. So this is going to be... Oh, these are going to be stressful games. I would love to win that division title 3 years in a row, but at this point, who knows? Game against Winnipeg. Can we get the win? And we cannot. We get blown out. Or not blown out, but still 6-4. 6 goals. Not what you would expect from this team. I believe, though, San Jose missed on their opportunity to get the win back. So I was honestly worried that once we lost 6-4 that Demko wasn't in. He was, which makes it worse. Game against LA. Can we please get a win? We can't. Man, we are really struggling down the stretch here. San Jose now has 1 more win than us, but we are still in first place. 3 points to go, a 2-point, or 3 games to, 3 games to go, a 2-point lead. I'm fucking frazzled over here. Anaheim looks like they have a playoff spot locked up unless Calgary pulls off a miracle. So we need that number 1 seed. We need it desperately. And I can only hope Thatcher Demko can get us that win against the Arizona Coyotes on Friday the 7th. Please, they're not a good team. Come on. And we fucking lose 6-1. And Seth Jones goes down to injury for a week. He should be back for the playoffs. But this is the worst case scenario to end this season. Moving into our final few games, here are the lineups we are rolling with. It's going to be Horvat and Castles. They have simply performed well all season. Not happy with having to put DeRocher, Virtanen, or Carlson on that 4th line, but they simply haven't performed, and we need a shake-up to make sure we win that division title. Tanev is with Tramkin, McCabe with Will Gilroy, as we look to somehow avoid disaster here after losing these past few games. Why does it just... How many times do I got to hit the B button to get out of this shit? Holy hell. Man, so let's see. We have fallen out of first place in the division with 2 games to go, and I honestly don't like our chances. I do not like our chances at this point. San Jose has the tiebreaker over us. We had the chance to seal it, and now we have to win these next few games. So let's do this. The Edmonton Oilers, not a good team. The Calgary Flames, a decent team, but we should be able to win these games. We do actually need to put Nyquist in goal. I forgot to do that. Forgot this was a back-to-back. This is going to be pretty disappointing, though, overall. We've had a good year despite the replacements. There was no reason for us to miss out on this division title, but maybe this is the first sign of a decline. Nyquist against the Oilers. Can he get the win, or are we screwed? We get a 4-1 win. We have a chance. I'm not going to worry about the scouting until after this game against Calgary. San Jose has not clinched, but they have won. They've won their game. I see that they're at 47 wins. So it comes down to this. We need to win just to have a chance to win that division title. But I don't like our chances, guys. It's going to be that second seed this year. We blew it down the stretch with too many losing streaks, and that's... I guess I'm okay with that. I can't really find room to complain after the recent success we have had. But actually, we're tied in points. We are tied in points. They would, though, win in their end for San Jose because of the tiebreakers. So, comes down to this. I wish we were playing San Jose. We are not. We are playing the Calgary Flames, who are currently in a wild card spot. Not going to be an easy game, and we lose 2-1, and Thatcher Demko goes down to injury until Sunday. He very well could miss Game 1 or Game 2. That was about the worst I have ever seen this team perform down the stretch. 1 win in 5 games this month. Just, wow. Not good, man. Not good. So after a disappointing end to the season, let's find out who we are playing in the first round. Torsten Nyquist will be the man in charge. And are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me Demko's injured. I fucking call somebody up, and now he's not injured. This game sucks, man. My God, thank you for wasting minutes of my time. And the Calgary Flames end up working their way into that third place spot. So the San Jose Sharks are the first team to win the division title, other than us, for the first time in 3 seasons. The Ducks fall to the wild card spot, but they still make it. But very disappointing. We do have home ice advantage here against Calgary, but for the first time in a while, we are looking vulnerable. The only people we can, there's no excuses. There is no excuses. We should have won that division title, and our team blew it down the stretch. But obviously, a very tough division here with 4 teams at 100 points or more. I am sure nobody else was able to match that. The Central came close, but yeah, the elite division in the NHL this year. Tough competition. We blew our chance at a division title, but we're in the playoffs. That's what matters, and anything can happen from here. So we may not be the favorites, but in the next episode, it is round 1 against the Calgary Flames. The winner of that has a meeting with either the Sharks or the Ducks. Not exactly a second round matchup I'm looking forward to if we can get past Calgary. And hell, we may even have to go through the Blackhawks again if we make it to the West Finals. But that is a long way away. Overall, a disappointing episode. But like I said, we're here, and now it's time. Now it's really time where we have to get the job done. But I do thank you guys so much for watching. As always, drop a like if you have enjoyed. Hell, drop a dislike if you didn't. Who cares? It's America. You can do what you want, unless you're Canadian or from anywhere else. I'm not going to ramble. I'm going nowhere with this. If you haven't already, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button to continue following this series. And I will see you guys in the next episode as the playoff run begins. The 2-time defending champion Canucks looking a bit vulnerable as we square off against the Calgary Flames.